to order. This is a special call emergency meeting. This is for informational purposes only. There's no voting on this, but so we'll go ahead and call it to order. Just kind of let the board inform the board and the public on some things that has been going on East Tennessee. And also I've got Mr. Alan Lingerfeld with Center Point Energy on the conference call here as well. Welcome, Alan.
Thank you. Glad to be able to help and provide some information.
So what has happened, East Tennessee natural gas pipeline had an eruption in it over the weekend. And so today we're here to see how it affects Livingston and our customers. So I'm proud to say there's no injuries that have been reported for the eruption of the 22-inch natural gas line that erupted in Smith County. We're trying our best to keep our customers informed of any service or rate issues that could affect them. So I went today and talked to some of our heavy consumers of natural gas and gave them an opportunity, and the letter that you have in front of them, they have as well. And they've had an opportunity to come tonight as well. But obviously we couldn't reach out to all customers, so we're hoping through public media that it will be reached. So on December 15th, we was notified by East Tennessee Natural Gas Pipeline that a 22-inch line was erupted in Smith County that could affect some pressure and volume of natural gas to our customers. There is no timeline to when the pipeline will be repaired. There is an investigation that is being conducted by several state agencies to see what happened and how this pipeline erupted. I want to make sure that folks know that we have plenty of gas to sell. No one is in danger of losing any gas. All our manufacturers or schools or hospital nursing homes can use as much gas as they possibly want on demand. We're able to do that because of our marketing efforts from Center Point Energy that has them and East Tennessee Natural Gas Pipeline has kept us as informed as they possibly could. And no customers, as far as we know, has been interrupted at all of services. So I just want to be really, really clear that no service, no gas has been interrupted to our manufacturers or any customer that the city of Livingston's got. Our natural gas that we have had in storage in the pipeline is gone. Due to the eruption, and what we normally do is we hedge about 80% of our gas, and that allows us to control the price and not go to the market every day for a fluctuating cost increase. So during this time, that is going to change. And I'll let Alan speak here in just a minute. So they went to market to get us some gas. We have plenty of gas, but we're going to be paying for it at market price. We're at the mercy of them now. As soon as Tennessee Regulatory Authority and other agencies that is investigating that, and East Tennessee gets the pipeline back up and running, we should go back to the way things are normally. But customers will see an increase in their gas rates due to this pipeline that has erupted, okay? And they may see a significant change in this. So we are prepared as much as East Tennessee Pipeline will give us, and as much as CenterPoint Energy will give us, to give a update to our customers on a daily basis, either by calling City Hall or simply getting on our website, www.cityoflivingston.net, and you will have the latest news on where we are, and, or not we are, where they are in repairing the pipeline. Okay, so that's the information that I have. Alan, do you want to chime in, or?
Yes, I can. It's a very good summary of our current conditions with things that have happened over the last 3 to 4 days. We currently don't have any better update from Livingston Natural Gas. Again, like I said, I work for CenterPoint Energy. We supply you gas in the pipe to deliver to Livingston. Currently, all the supply from the west is cut to zero. So what we've done is we've reallocated supplies from our east end sources. Basically, anybody we can buy gas from at this point and get into the system for our customers in Livingston, we try to get it on the system. Two things in mind is we're trying to keep the cost of gas as low as possible and keep Livingston out of operational floor penalties. And what those are $15 a day penalties. If you go, all those gas is being sourced out of path at this point because of your traditional gas flow is from the west. So, and we're constantly working with our group trying to make gas show up. So you guys will have adequate supplies. We're blessed right now that it's warm weather. If it had been 20 degrees outside the last few days, we would have a much different conversation today. So right now we're being able to maintain the system under current conditions, and hopefully it's my understanding, the couple phone calls today, that East Tennessee is trying to organize a conference call for Livingston, which is the gas customer, as well as all the gas customers on the East Tennessee system. Pretty much everybody that is on the East Tennessee system is affected by this in one way or another. So they're trying to get a conference call set up to inform the customers of the duration of this. And as you mentioned, Curtis, PHMSA is the federal regulatory body over interstate pipelines that has control of the site right now. So as soon as they release their investigation, that's when East Tennessee is going to be able to start repairing the pipe. So we're trying to find out more information about a timeline on that, and hopefully we'll shed some more light tomorrow if they get that information out to the customers.
Okay, thank you. So I will take some questions from the Board of Aldermen here and answer them to the best that I can or the best Alan can. So, Mr. Coleman.
Alan, this is Kelly Coleman. I'm curious, I understand that you are the marketer, CenterPoint Energy, for City of Livingston. I understand things happen that are unforeseen, and we have to deal with that. The pricing component of this to our citizens is the concerning part, I guess, to all of us.
Absolutely.
Why would it not be standard operating agreement that we would have some form of a price guarantee with you in our contract with CenterPoint? I mean, why are the citizens of Livingston now faced with bearing a price increase for something that's beyond our control? Looks like that would be something standard in your contract with the City of Livingston. Is that not standard?
Just like it's out of your control, it's completely out of our control at this point. We have no say in how it's being done right now, other than we're going out to the market and trying to find available gas that people is not using during this warm weather, so we can redirect it and get it on the pipe for you.
Right, but you,
It's completely out of our control, so we have no,
but,
no say to
but-
the price of gas.
Alan, I understand that, but when things are out of, when things happen outside of control, usually there are guarantees in place, and, you might have to have some kind of, insurance policy to back up unforeseen conditions. So my question is, in our contract with you, there's no form of guarantee for our rates for a certain period that you've quoted them for, or is it dependent on the market at the time?
Yeah, I mean, there's no guarantees, and I don't know that you'd find that probably anywhere in the gas business, because the market does fluctuate. I mean, it's traded daily. It's traded on a non-exchange exchange.
I don't understand, I'm still confused, but I guess I can ask more questions later. I don't understand, if we bought so much gas at a fixed price, as the mayor stated,
80%.
we bought 80% of our gas at a fixed price, why are we still not able to receive that quantity of gas at that fixed price, regardless of where you have to get the gas?
Well, you've got a contract with East Tennessee Natural Gas that delivers it from Ridgetop to the city of Livingston. And in our contract, that's the path we deliver the gas to you. So we bought gas to source at Ridgetop, which is the receipt point of the Tennessee Gas Pipeline, to go to the city of Livingston. That path has been severed. That gas can no longer be delivered that way. So now we're having to take and go find other contracts on the pipeline to deliver gas to you.
I understand that, but when you have a catastrophic event such as this, I can guarantee you East Tennessee Gas has an insurance policy that's gonna reimburse them for this catastrophe. So why do our citizens have to bear the burden of increased costs when we've already purchased 80% of our gas at a fixed rate? Somebody's insurance company is gonna pay for this somewhere, and I don't understand why our citizens are gonna be part of that, group that that we're gonna have to expect to pay more.
And we're just talking about the gas that started Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and today. You're talking about 4 days right now. So the first 15 days of the month, you got all that gas just like normal. So if this thing gets fixed by next Monday or Tuesday, the rest of the month will be normal. So we're just talking about the days that this interruption, this force majeure and OFO is in play.
Talk a little bit about the force majeure. Exactly what is that, Alan?
Well, a force majeure is a term that's in the gas industry. It's essentially, for lack of terms, it's the act of God. When something happens that's out of our control, like an extreme weather event, something like a hurricane, something like that, pipelines can call a force majeure, and they're protected by the damage that's done. And the pipeline called a force majeure, as well as an operational flow order system-wide on the system, which an operational flow order is that you cannot go over your contract term with them, and you're supposed to have gas show up every day that to match what you're burning.
And that's what East Tennessee Natural Gas Pipeline is claiming is a force majeure, right?
Yes.
How would this qualify as a force majeure? Because there's been no act of God, has there?
That's a question on the table for them, yes.
Okay, and if in the event it's not, the investigations conclude that there is no act of God that caused this, then who's gonna pay for this?
That's a very good question.
Well, our citizens shouldn't have to pay for this. We buy gas and we hedge, we bought 80% of it at a fixed rate. And we ought to be able to receive that amount of gas at that fixed rate, regardless of where you or East Tennessee Gas has to get it. Is that rocket science? Go they have a guarantee on contract?
Alan,
Well, I know what he's telling us.
he's still there.
Yeah, go ahead. Alan?
Alan,
Yeah,
this is wrong addition, Alderman. You clarify there the two statements that had said, the operational flow penalty, the $15 per day. Now, is that gonna be something that we're gonna have to pay? Or that you, with the penalty, or, clarify that?
if the pipeline assesses penalties to the city of Livingston, yes. And that's a question that we have on the table for them to answer. If they're gonna assess penalties, it's per decatherm, if they're gonna assess penalties, and we can't get that answer out of them right now.
Well, because
That's a question we've got on the table for them.
okay, because see, it didn't involve us. I mean, we've not got no lines to repair. We're just we're being penalized for something that's not our problem. That's my thought. I mean, as an alderman, and I just need you to clarify that. If I understood that right, $15 per day. I mean, even though it may just be 10 or 11 days, but 10 or 11 days is 10 or 11 days.
It's 10, 11 days that we'll be buying gas at a higher rate.
Right.
$15 per day.
That will be passed on to customers.
Right.
Residential, commercial.
Yeah, I would like to ask that our attorney review our contract for
Well,
any form of guarantees. What happens in a catastrophic event such as this?
Right, and it'll be the contract of East Tennessee Natural Gas.
But now he's the middleman.
Yeah, that's right.
Alan is the middleman.
He's the marketer.
Marketer.
Yeah,
So,
it's East Tennessee Natural Gas that'll be,
right.
that is responsible for the pipeline.
Yes.
They've lost it. They've
Right.
just simply been doing the marketing.
Right.
But we can look at both.
Do we have a contract with both East
Yes,
Tennessee Gas
absolutely.
and
Yes.
Yes.
Centerpoint.
Centerpoint?
Yes.
Well, we need to review them both.
So he's the middleman.
Okay.
So,
Absolutely.
Thanks, Alan.
And East,
Thank you.
and East Tennessee Natural Gas has contacted, they're the ones that first contacted us late Saturday evening, contacted Steve, and, I mean, it's just been quick conversations. I mean, I'll be honest with you, they've been tight-lipped, not saying a whole lot of nothing and letting this investigation go through, but I'm certain when this investigation is complete, I thought it was Tennessee Regulatory Authority, but by the investigating agency, will they release those findings, or?
I would think they would at some time, Curtis. I know the TRA reports the PIMSA is the national federal program. And TRA is the state, so the state, this is the federal program that they report to. So they're both involved in it for sure.
Okay.
I still don't understand what the marketer's piece of this is. I just don't understand how we can buy 80% of our gas at a fixed price and now we can't buy it for that. I don't care where, I mean, it's just like if you hedge another type of commodity, and something happens to the supply chain, somebody else has got to bear that burden of the expense, the extra
I mean,
expense.
Kelly, I think that's a great question. I've talked to other communities, and we've had that discussion as well. And their contract is basically, looks just like ours. Now, I know some of our neighboring counties has had some customers, that can have interruptible, that has alternate sources of fuel, as coal. I know at Tennessee Tech, they've switched back to coal, and I think Cookville Regional had another source, and so, those customers that can be interrupted had switched over to another source. Now, as I went down to manufacturing today, none of ours, or at least none of them, shared with me they had another source to go to. Now,
Well,
the good thing is the holidays is coming up. The manufacturings are about to shut down for the Christmas and New Year's, and luckily the temperatures are above 50 degrees and things like that. The school system understands this, the hospital understands it. So that still don't answer your question. Can I understand
no. With all due respect, I don't think that's the issue. The source is not the concern.
Yeah.
right?
No, it's the price.
Right. You've got the source covered. We're no problem with sourcing. To me, there should be a price guarantee when you hedge 80% of your natural gas.
Well, it's something we guarantee to the customers, I mean, that's, as a city,
Yeah.
that's the principal part. But like you said, the school system's gonna be out and stuff, so, and the temperature warmer, it's gonna help, but if it was colder and the schools
Yeah.
is
It
going,
may not
But,
be a
but,
big
but,
cost.
but they still will have that high price now.
right,
Even though if they set the thermostat down to 55 or 60, gas is still gonna be running, it's still
For a
gonna
few
be
days
over
it's
a
out.
thousand. Yeah, and then of course tomorrow could be 32 degrees, we don't ever know about Mother Nature. So that's the concerns, and that's what I want everyone to know in the event that you all start getting calls about natural gas rates that have went up. They have went up, not by our doing, but I mean.
But I think the point is, we're gonna fight like heck to make certain that we are in fact, as the consumer, responsible for this higher price.
Right.
I mean, because we're just taking what he says.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanna see it in black and white, that it says we have to, that makes no sense.
but now
You
once
go buy a
it's
car and you pay a secret
Do
price.
what?
once it's fixed and gets back rolling, we stop it, do we go back to the regular price?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we will that, and also, it's gonna be very interesting on what this investigation finds out. I mean, if, like Kelly says, if it comes out that the pipeline is negligence, I'm sure across the board, they will have to pay back
Right.
the city of Livingston, the city of Cookeville, Sparta, all these folks that have these, natural gas, they will be ordered to do that. I mean, I don't think they're gonna allow, the federal government, which regulates this, is gonna allow them to just come in and say, well, we got a gas leak, so,
Hey, you gotta pay it off.
I don't think that's the way it's gonna be, but this is my first rodeo when
Right.
it comes to this, and this is the first time in my several years of being a city councilman and mayor that this has come up. When's the last time you've had one of these issues, Alan?
Other than the hurricane back in the early 2000s, this is probably one of the worst events I've seen in 20 years.
Yeah.
We've never had a pipeline rupture to shut down a third or 50% of the pipeline. So, the hurricanes used to, when we relied on all the gas coming from the Gulf, hurricanes would shut down supply, and we saw that in the early 2000s, but this is the worst one there.
Right. Okay. Does anybody have any questions or any more? I mean, go ahead. This is what
No, I
this
don't
is
have any
for.
more questions.
I would like Kelly, we need to look at our contract.
Yeah, absolutely.
And see what's black and white.
Right.
I just, as from a business standpoint, I know that, entities are required to carry insurance for lots of different things.
Sure.
And, when you have a catastrophic event, you have oftentimes an umbrella policy that kicks in for things like this, and it's not adding up for me for some reason, Alan, it's just not adding up. Why it appears that we gotta pass this price increase on to our customers, and yet we hedge a certain, have we already paid that?
No. The hedging is in the billing as it comes in, so, yeah.
Yeah, and keep in mind, we're doing everything as possible from our standpoint to keep you whole, to keep that price whole. It's just, when we can't flow the gas that we hedge for you from the west on your traditional pipeline path, we have to go out and find it in other places. We can't take that same amount of gas and redirect it around a different way to get to you. We have to buy gas from the east and the south to get into the system.
Does
And that, of course, comes at a different price.
Does the city of Livingston hedge with you, your outfit, your firm, or directly with East Tennessee Natural Gas?
You hedge with Central Energy,
Okay.
fixed price futures.
All right, well, I wanna see that contract.
Yeah, we get the contract, ain't no big deal there, but, and we'll let John.
Yeah, he
talk to
needs
us
to
there.
review
Okay, but I think I don't want to get sidetracked but make sure everyone understands that East Tennessee Natural Gas, it is their pipeline. And it is their pipeline that erupted, and the gas went out of their pipeline. And I think that in the event that they are, if they are proven to be negligent, then it will be East Tennessee Natural Gas
Right.
that will come back to us by law and reimburse us
Correct.
what we have paid out, and then somehow we'll have to see how we can cut rates back to the customers.
Can we clarify that somewhere where the customers knows that, Curtis? I mean,
Well, I mean,
We have to-
I'll, you know,
yeah.
I've got the press here, and that's all I can do. You know, and Centerpoint has done a pretty good job of keeping us informed. In fact, just to be honest, you know, East Tennessee Natural Gas has been very, I don't want to say difficult, but they've been very tight-lipped.
Well,
And
there's a reason
Yeah,
for that.
that's right. And so we have had, and I think, and Alan probably don't want to say this, but I think they've been tight-lipped with Centerpoint as well. Do you want to speak on that, Alan, or just?
Yeah, everybody's getting about the same, communication.
Yeah, so,
Well, it's in their best interest not
That's
to
right.
share
That's
what
right.
they know.
so again, as I talk to other communities that's in the situation,
Well,
we're in the same boat together, so.
Curtis,
Yes.
if you'll go back and help me understand, when do we start paying a higher rate? Today, tomorrow, yesterday?
As soon as it erupted,
Okay,
to get us
so,
gas, they gave us a call.
okay.
We had, some pressure we had launched at
Well,
the city gate.
So for example, on that first day, what did our rate go from to?
That we don't know.
No.
We don't know.
Because all we know is we're paying a higher rate.
We know we're gonna pay a higher rate, right.
You don't have that information yet, Alan?
Alan, I guess we could, the NYMEX maybe, but
I mean, is this,
We've had our group to come up with that, and I don't have that number.
do you anticipate it's gonna be a astronomical increase or a minimal increase?
We're hoping minimal increase. I don't know the number. I don't think it's gonna be, 50 times or anything like that. It may be, 2, 3, 4 times. I don't, at this point,
could be.
we're only trying to make sure we've got gas for customers to burn, as well as we're trying to keep, the city of Livingston out of a penalty situation.
Okay.
So, and one of the main things too, and I'm not trying to downplay this at all, and everybody understand that. We're in a situation that is not good for our customers as far as it is finances and residents that's coming, especially this time of the season. They will see the increase on their utility bill, when the bills start going out January the 10th, they will see the increase. The good thing is, that we have plenty of gas.
Yeah.
And so manufacturers can still work, folks can still operate on their demand. Now, suggestions would be if the general public, could, conserve as much as they possibly can to help their utility bill rates, it's up to them, it's up to their discretion. So,
This is not good. If we've got a citizen in our town paying $50 a month for their gas bill to heat their house, and you're saying what if it goes to $250 or $300? At what point are we gonna have some idea of what this additional cost could be? Are we gonna have that in the next few days? We're gonna have it well before the January bills go out so that we can, fight this fight before January bills have to go out? I mean, this is a big unknown for people.
it's a big unknown.
You need to help us with this, Alan. What are we looking at here?
I agree with you, sir, and I don't have that answer for you right now.
Well, what are we hiring you to do?
We're trying to keep the supply on the city of Livingston to keep you from losing gas at this point.
Are there other communities that have no gas?
There's other communities that's already curtailed their customers and cut off, their large and interruptible customers across the entire state from where the interruption is, in the, I think they call it the Pleasant Grove area or something.
Pleasant Shade.
The Pleasant Shade, all the way, east to Roanoke, Virginia.
Yep, that's right.
Well, just like the city of Livingston is required to have a disaster plan in the case of a catastrophic event, aren't we entitled to some kind of guarantee here with some pricing model in the event that there's a catastrophe?
I'm not aware of a price guarantee, no.
I'm not either.
Well,
But
we, sounds like we need to
certainly-
find a supplier that has one.
Any more questions? Has anyone got a question out there?
Steve, you,
Anybody? So, Alan, what we're gonna, what our intentions are is to have a daily update for our customers to be able to respond, or to know exactly what's going on a daily basis. So, if you could, we'd like for you to send me an email before noon every day so I can post it on our website. Is that okay, Alan?
Yeah, we'll try to do that, and, hopefully we'll know more information soon about the, East Tennessee, if they're gonna have a conference call for the customers. If I see that, I'll pass that through to you, Curtis, you can be on that call. and
Okay.
Find that information out for them.
Okay, sounds good. Is there anything further?
And will he include that, what he knows about the pricing in that?
Yeah, whatever you know, you will pass on, correct? Pricing,
Right, supply.
repair work, blah, blah, right?
As soon as it becomes available to me, we'll pass it along.
Okay. Any further questions? Okay, thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay,
I really hate to be so controversial or argumentative about this, but this just don't sound right.
well, we've never dealt with this before.
I understand.
And you know, I don't think anybody wants any of our customers to have something, that you don't know what the price is. And that's why it is took till Tuesday, because I was gonna have a meeting yesterday, but I kept trying to get more information. But this is all that I have. I mean,
I understand that, Mayor, and I respect the situation we're in terms of we've never been down this road. I'm just saying, no pun intended, but it just smells funny to
Well,
me.
the summer has it too, and there's no information out there. I spent today, after you called and about the meeting, trying to find out,
Right.
East Tennessee, reading all the thing I could find on the internet. They're not doing that. Of course, they're not doing that, doing the investigation
That's
over
right.
it.
That's right.
Because if the feds come in and come back to them, then they're gonna have to pay us back,
That's right.
our customers back.
That's
So
right.
they're in trouble themselves.
Well,
But Alan is just, all he can tell is what he's finding out from East Tennessee.
That's right,
He's just relating to us.
that's right.
is
Now,
there-
that's a summary that I got
That's
after an hour and a half today on the internet.
That's right.
Would there be any way, Curtis, that we could, possibly look at the option, once we know what the increase is gonna cost everybody in town? If it's minimal, that might be a different conversation, but if it's an astronomical increase, would there be any way that we could look at possibly going ahead and billing the customers at the normal rate and somehow, I don't know, I'm just trying to think outside the box
Well,
in terms of is there any way we could maybe win an argument with somebody before we actually have to, when do you mail them out for
The 10th.
the 10th of
Of
January?
every month.
Well, we may know a lot by then.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said,
Hopefully we will.
I've talked to other city managers that's in the same boat that we are. And of course, everyone obviously has got to pass it on to the customers. So we were prepared here to make arrangements, if someone is unable to pay a certain amount,
Oh,
then possibly, we can put it over to a 6-month period or 8-month period or something like that. I don't, we're not looking at, cutting someone off.
no, I know, but he
Okay,
said
that's-
possibly 5 times.
Well, it could be.
Yeah, well,
I
if
mean,
you know, got a citizen paying $50 and they're gonna have to pay $250, is there, in your conversations with other city managers, Curtis, are there other city managers who are jumping up and down that feel like that this is not right, that they're having to penalize their citizens for an act that's beyond their control?
Well, I mean, again, yes,
Okay.
nobody is wanting to pass the
The
increase on to the customers, but they know they have to. But the ones that I've talked to today is, they don't have a choice. I mean, they just don't
See,
have a choice.
I don't.
And there's nothing in their contracts. And again, we will have John looking at ours very closely. And if there is, I mean, we're gonna protect our customers as much as we possibly can. I mean, it's our job to do that, so. But I just thought it was important, that you all know, and be abreast of the situation, that we have at hand here, so. Like I said, in Cookville, and I hate to throw names, I know they've cut Tennessee Tech off and Cookville Regional Hospital. But it's for their own good, simply because their prices are unknown. So,
Well, there'll be some lawsuits.
well, they're probably-
Yeah.
probably. Okay, that's all the business we have. Thank you all for coming in on a very, very short notice, but I thought it was important that, everyone knows and that the public gets informed of the situation. We stand adjourned.